You look in the mirror and think you're average, or maybe even invisible. But what if your perception is wrong? Have you ever walked into a room and felt eyes on you, but convinced yourself it was just your imagination? Or noticed someone acting strangely around you and thought, "What did I do wrong?" Chances are, you did nothing wrong. You might just be more attractive than you think. Most of us underestimate our own appeal. We're so used to our own reflection, our own flaws, our own self-judgment, that we become blind to how others actually see us. But attraction isn't always loud or obvious. Sometimes it whispers. It hides in the reactions of strangers, in quiet glances, in subtle energy shifts. So maybe the world sees something in you that you've overlooked. Here are 7 hidden signs you're more attractive than you think. 1. You've been called intimidating, even when you're kind. Maybe you've heard this before. At first, I thought you were intimidating. Or, you looked unapproachable, but you're actually so nice. It might confuse you, because you weren't trying to act distant. You were just being yourself. But here's the truth. When you have a strong presence, when you're self-aware, composed, or naturally confident, it can make others feel exposed. When someone feels intimidated by you, it may be because your authenticity, strength, or beauty brings their own insecurities to the surface. They're not reacting to you. They're reacting to how they feel about themselves in your presence. So if people tell you they were hesitant to approach you or judged you before getting to know you, don't shrink to make them comfortable. It's not your job to be smaller so others feel bigger. That quiet intensity, that undeniable presence, it's not a flaw. It's a sign of your power. 2. You get strong reactions, both positive and negative. Attraction isn't always about symmetry or perfection. It's about impact. Do people either really like you or seem oddly distant, even hostile without cause? That's a sign your energy is affecting them on a deeper level. Jung explored the idea of the persona, the mask we show the world and the hidden forces beneath it. When someone carries a powerful presence, it stirs the unconscious in others. It forces people to feel something, even if they don't know why. If your presence lingers, if your energy shifts the room, positively or negatively, it means you have a gravitational pull, one that doesn't go unnoticed. 3. Strangers stare at you without realizing it. You catch someone looking at you, not once, not twice, but over and over again. They look away the moment you notice, as if they didn't even realize they were doing it. That's not your imagination. When strangers keep glancing at you in passing, it usually means something about you is catching their attention on a subconscious level. It could be the way you carry yourself, the calm in your expression, the confidence in your body language, the subtle things you can't see in the mirror but others feel without knowing why. Psychologists call this unconscious attention bias, where something or someone pulls our focus without us fully understanding the reason. It's not always about physical beauty. It's about presence. Something in your energy makes people pause, even for a split second. 4. People assume you're taken, even when you're not. You tell someone you're single, and they're shocked. Really? You? But how? This isn't just small talk. It's a reflection of how others perceive your value. When people assume you're already taken, it's often because you project confidence, self-containment, and quiet charisma. You don't seem like someone who's waiting for love. You seem like someone who's already whole. Carl Jung described this as part of the individuation process, the journey toward psychological wholeness. People who walk that path give off a rare sense of inner stability, and that can be magnetic. It makes others think if someone hasn't claimed them, they must be hard to reach. But it's not that you're unapproachable. It's that you radiate a self-worth that doesn't need external validation. And that's powerful, and yes, very attractive. Before we continue, please take a moment to like this video. Your support helps more people discover these ideas. And if you're enjoying this journey into the mysteries of the mind, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Now, back to the video. 5. People subtly copy your mannerisms, phrases, or style. Have you ever noticed a friend starting to talk like you? Maybe they copy the way you laugh, use your favorite phrases, or even shift their posture when you do. This isn't coincidence. It's subconscious mimicry, and it often happens when someone finds you compelling. From a psychological standpoint, humans are wired for mirroring, but Jung would say it's deeper than that. When we're drawn to someone, we unconsciously integrate parts of their persona into our own, especially if they reflect qualities we admire or long for. It could be your confidence, your humor, your ease with silence. Whatever it is, they want to feel like you, and so slowly they begin to imitate you, not to mock you, but to feel closer to you, or maybe closer to a version of themselves they haven't fully stepped into yet. Attraction isn't always about flirtation. Sometimes it's imitation. 6. You're remembered, even if you barely spoke. You barely said a word at that party. You didn't tell any jokes. You didn't try to impress anyone. You were just there. And yet weeks later, someone says, "Hey, I remember you from that night." Why? It's a sign that your presence carries weight, that there's something about your energy, your expression, your body language, your quiet confidence that lingers. From a psychological standpoint, people are more likely to remember those who create emotional contrast. In a room full of loud personalities, a calm, self-contained presence can feel mysterious, and that makes you memorable. In a world full of noise, your silence speaks volumes. You don't need to be the loudest voice in the room to leave the strongest impression. Sometimes presence is more powerful than performance. 7. People project their insecurities onto you. Have you ever noticed people being cold to you for no clear reason? Maybe someone gossips behind your back, criticizes your confidence, or gives you backhanded compliments like, "You think you're better than everyone, huh?" Even when you've said nothing at all. Carl Jung believed in something called projection, the psychological act of seeing in others what we refuse to see in ourselves. So when someone lashes out, acts distant, or tries to bring you down, it might not be about you at all. You might embody traits they've suppressed: beauty, confidence, presence. Your light reflects the parts of themselves they can't face. That tension, that friction, it's a hidden compliment, one their ego is too fragile to deliver directly. You might never fully see how attractive you are, because it's not just about looks. It's your essence, your energy, your archetype. We're often the worst judges of our own attractiveness, because we live inside our minds, not in the way others experience our energy. We see our flaws, our doubts, our hesitations, but the world sees something else, something fuller, more layered, more alive. Maybe you've been mistaking your quiet power for awkwardness. Maybe you've been interpreting attention as judgment. Maybe you've been more radiant, more magnetic, and more unforgettable than you ever allowed yourself to believe. And it's time to see yourself more clearly. These signs aren't about ego or vanity. They're about awareness. Because true attractiveness isn't about changing who you are. It's about becoming conscious of who you've always been. If this video helped you see yourself in a new light, consider liking it and share it with someone who needs the reminder too. Subscribe if you're drawn to self-discovery and depth psychology. And let us know in the comments which of these signs have you experienced. See you in the next video.